The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers week of August 3rd, 2026, a week of heartbreak, secrets, and Monaco dreams. The week of August 3rd, 2026 promises to be a roller coaster of emotions for fans of The Bold and the Beautiful, from Finn's agonizing family dilemma to the explosive fallout of Will and Elektra's relationship, and from Carter and Daphne's heartbreaking news to a potential new romance for Deacon. There's no shortage of drama on the horizon. Here's your comprehensive guide to everything happening in Los Angeles and beyond. Monday, August 3rd, torn loyalties and heartbreaking farewells. The week kicks off with one of the most anticipated storylines reaching a fever pitch. Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, finds himself trapped in an impossible situation. Torn between his fierce, protective wife, Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and his manipulative biological mother, Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, Finn needs guidance and turns to the one person who has always provided a steady anchor, his adoptive mother, Lee Finnegan, Naomi Masuda. For weeks, the tension has been building. Steffi, who has first-hand experience with Sheila's dangerous and destructive behavior, has drawn a hard line in the sand, demanding Finn cut all ties. While Steffi's fear is understandable, given Sheila's history of violence, she shot both Steffi and her mother Taylor, Finn has been wrestling with a newfound, albeit cautious, hope that his birth mother might be capable of change. The pressure of these competing demands is pushing him to his breaking point. Lee's advice is crucial. Unlike Steffi, who approaches the situation with fire and ultimatums, Lee takes a different approach. She checks in on Finn's true emotional state and validates his feelings, asking him how he truly feels about Sheila rather than just telling him what to do. This is a powerful moment. Finn admits he believes Sheila deserves a second chance. However, desperate to protect his marriage, he brushes aside his own turmoil and vows to give Steffi whatever she needs, regardless of the personal cost. Lee's presence forces Finn to confront a reality he cannot escape. He cannot forever run from his biology, and if he wants true peace, he must stop hiding behind Steffi's demands and finally stand his ground. Simultaneously, on the other side of town, the young romance of Will Spencer and Elektra Forrester, Lania Grace, comes to a crashing, heartbreaking impasse. Their relationship has been a battlefield, a classic Forrester-Spencer feud playing out in miniature. The latest flashpoint involves Dylan, Sydney Bullock, Elektra's best friend who has developed feelings for Will and recently spent the night talking with him on his couch. When Elektra learns about the sleepover, she is devastated. Will begs and pleads, insisting that nothing happened and that the night meant nothing, but Elektra is inconsolable. She can't shake the feeling of betrayal, especially after Dylan told her about the encounter and admitted her feelings for Will. "Dylan is my best friend," Elektra weeps, "and I can't get past this." She declares that perhaps the Forresters and Spencers simply don't mix, and that they need to live their separate lives, vowing to love Will from afar. This decision leaves Will utterly shattered and paves the way for new romantic entanglements. Tuesday, August 4th, new diagnoses and new ambitions. Tuesday brings a heavy dose of reality for Carter Walton and Daphne Rose. The couple, who seemed destined for happiness, is rocked by Daphne's recent diagnosis of early menopause. Daphne is consumed with guilt, believing she has failed Carter by not being able to give him the dream family he's always wanted. Carter, however, steps up as the ultimate supportive partner. He comforts her, assuring her that she hasn't failed and that she is his life, offering her the unconditional love she needs to begin healing from this devastating news. However, the emotional fallout from this diagnosis will continue to be a major theme throughout the week. Meanwhile, a new player is making her move. Dylan has officially set her sights on the Spencer family. Now that the path is clear, she is determined to be a part of Will's world, fully leaning into her feelings for him. Her ambition and desire to climb the social ladder are now in the spotlight, marking a significant shift in her character. RJ Forrester, Brian Nicoletti, also sees this as his lucky break. With Will out of the picture, he positions himself as Elektra's shoulder to cry on, ready to swoop in and claim the girl he's always wanted. Wednesday, Mama Bear Katie and the Secret of Nancy. Wednesday is all about family drama. Katie Logan finally meets Dylan, and the encounter is nothing short of intense. As a protective mother, Katie is immediately suspicious of Dylan's intentions. She's heard the story of how Will let Dylan stay in the room above the garage, but now that she sees the young woman, her maternal instincts go into overdrive. Katie, who is a vocal supporter of Will's relationship with Elektra, sees Dylan as a threat to her son's future and does not mince words in letting her know. On another front, Wyatt Spencer, Darren Brooks, stumbles upon a secret. He learns that the mysterious overnight guest his brother Will had was not an imaginary Mancy, but actually the very real Dylan. Wyatt is quick to offer his blunt assessment, telling Will that continuing to pine for Elektra is unhealthy for him and that he needs to move on. Wyatt can clearly see the toxicity of Will's relationship with Elektra and what's best for his brother. Steffi, before she departs for her European adventure, offers a much-needed shoulder to lean on for Carter. She's, of course, Daphne's best friend and was present when she received the horrible diagnosis. Knowing Carter for years, she feels terrible for both of them and is there to support him in his time of need. Thursday, Bill's reality check and Katie's suspicion. Thursday sees Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, stepping in to give his son some fatherly advice. Like Wyatt, Bill encourages Will to look elsewhere for love and to finally move on from Elektra. Bill's wisdom carries more weight, and he sees the situation for what it is. His son is wasting his youth on a woman from a rival family who has repeatedly rejected him. Katie's suspicion of Dylan grows into a full-blown investigation. She begins to question Dylan's past, wondering if the young woman is just an opportunist looking to latch on to a wealthy family. This skepticism is sharp and puts Dylan under immediate pressure. Katie might even do some digging, potentially uncovering secrets that could upend Dylan's plans to integrate herself into the Spencer family. Friday, Monaco turbulence and a new level for Deacon. The week culminates with major developments in Monaco and Los Angeles. Steffi's hopes are high as she touches down in Monaco, expecting a romantic reunion with her husband. She asks him to meet her at the church, a location that holds special meaning for them as the place where he told everyone he was alive before. However, as Finn takes off, he experiences unexpected turbulence, but that's not the worst of it. The implication is that Sheila, having discovered Finn's flight plan, may have followed him to Monaco, setting the stage for a dangerous and explosive confrontation. Sheila is desperate to prove she's changed, but her stalker-like behavior of following Finn to Europe is a self-fulfilling prophecy that will only confirm Steffi's worst fears. Back in Los Angeles, Deacon Sharp, Ken Kanan, prepares to take his relationship with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budkick, to a new level. With Steffi and Finn out of town, Deacon sees this as the perfect opportunity to solidify their bond. This could be a grand gesture, perhaps a proposal or a request to move in together. The timing is interesting as it comes at the same time as Sheila, Taylor's old nemesis and Deacon's ex, is determined to prove her worth in Monaco. Week of August 3rd through 7th, 2026, plot summary. Day, key storyline, character focus. Monday, Finn turns to Lee for advice on Sheila. Will and Elektra reach an impasse. Finn, Lee, Will, Elektra. Tuesday, Carter processes Daphne's diagnosis. Dylan sets her sights on the Spencers. Carter, Daphne, Dylan. Wednesday, Katie and Dylan have an intense encounter. Steffi supports Carter. Wyatt learns the truth. Katie, Dylan, Steffi, Wyatt. Thursday, Bill encourages Will to move on. Katie is suspicious of Dylan's past. Bill, Will, Katie, Dylan. Friday, Steffi arrives in Monaco. Finn faces unexpected turbulence. Deacon makes a big move. Steffi, Finn, Deacon, Taylor. This week is a perfect snapshot of the Bold and the Beautiful's signature blend of high-stakes romance, family drama, and scheming villains. The Heartbreak in Los Angeles promises to be matched only by the danger awaiting in Monaco.